Earlier this week, we talked with Sandra Halling about creating freedom from chaos, about putting simplicity and organization into your business. Look, I don't know about you, but for the very longest time, I fought systems in my business tooth and nail. Like, I'm going to resist it. I'm pushing back. That pushes against my creativity. I don't want these things. And guess what I ended up with? A chaotic fucking mess that I had to undo. What I discovered along the way is that systems and processes allow your creativity to thrive, to flourish. It gives you so much more capacity back in your mind because you're not constantly trying to remember how to do all the things. It's documented. There's a system built, and it allows you to teach other people how to help you in your business. And a big part of that are the tools that you use. That's why today we're going to spend a few minutes evaluating the tools that you are utilizing in your business. You've accumulated a lot of shit along the way, whether you've been in business for 6 months or 6 years. Taking intentional time to simply look at the tools that you're using to say, hey, is this still working? Is this not being used to the best of its ability? Or is this just kind of taking up space and we need to get rid of it? Before we get into that, look, it's no surprise that we're at the end of the year. Although it is kind of a little bit of a surprise because for some reason I feel like the older that I get, the faster the years go. Here's one thing I know for sure about this time of the year. It always gets people thinking. What worked really well this year? What didn't I have time to do? And what is calling me for next year? Look, every day is an opportunity for you to get back into alignment with yourself, to run your business the way that you want to run it, to speak the way you want to speak, to show up in this world in the way that feels most aligned and full and amazing to you. I know that you have a big vision. And I also know that sometimes you need a guiding hand to help guide you through that process. The process of, okay, I have a vision. What do I do next? Or I'm stuck in my head. I don't know how to get out of the hamster wheel of the thoughts that keep stopping me. And that, my friend, is why I do what I do. My name is LauraAura, and I am your alignment coach. I am here to guide you back to your own self, to say yes to who you are, to say yes to your visions, and to say, you know what, I might not have all the answers, but I'm willing to try because I matter. If you're thinking, okay, well, it's the end of the year, and so I'll probably just put this off and wait. Look, just because it's the end of the year doesn't mean you have to wait. There is no better time to say yes to yourself than right here, right now. So if you're curious, if you're ready to get into alignment, you want to learn more about these programs, go to LauraAura.com and you can either book a discovery call where we can chat one-on-one for 30 minutes. Tell me what's going on. Let's get a plan that works best for you. Or you can directly sign up. I'm accepting coaching clients and it would be my absolute honor to guide you on your alignment journey. And speaking of alignment, your tools are part of your alignment. The things that you invest your time, money, and energy in are part of your alignment journey. Let me give you an example. Have you ever signed up for a program and hated it? Like you've put all your information in there, or you just tried to learn it and like you're just climbing uphill and you're trying to make it work and it just doesn't. That's misalignment. Now, this could go one or two ways. This is literally a fork in the road. You can say, okay, this is the right tool. I just don't have the right knowledge yet. Let me learn more. Let me take some classes. Let me speak to other people that may be professionals in this realm. Or this isn't the right tool. I don't want to spend any more time, money, or effort on this. I'm ready to let this go. So the goal of today's exercise is to evaluate the things that you are using for your business. I'm going to walk through a few different categories just to get your brain going, knowing full well that there are things outside of this that you're utilizing. I'll also give you a couple of examples of different types of programs, but again, every business is different. So take this as a guiding light to get the wheels turning to start thinking about how to look at these systems. I find that sometimes the easiest way to evaluate things is to make a list. because I know that you have stuff on your desktop, you have things on your laptop, you have things on your phone. Your team might have some different things. You could have a lot of different tools in a lot of different places. And so one of the best things to do is simply make a list. These are the tools that I use in my business. And just to clarify, what I mean by a tool is a system or a software or a program that you are utilizing to do something in your business. Could be productivity, could be organization, could be social. There are a lot of different types of tools, but the thing that we're evaluating right now is the things that you are using to do things in your business. So grab your own pen and paper, and this may be an exercise that you go offline. You can use this episode as a guiding light to get you started, but get a pen and paper and start with your phone. That is the easiest place to start. One, it's always with you. Let's be real. Mine is always with me. And go through the different apps that you're using. What apps specifically are you using in your business? Now, I'm certain that you're going to come across a few where you're like, oh, I have this, but I've never used it. Okay, there will be a point where we get to that. But right now, we are literally just making a list. You can then also do the same thing with your desktop, your laptop, your iPad, whatever software or technical thing that you utilize. This can also be like pen and paper kind of shit too. Like your planner, for instance, that is a tool that you use in your business. So we're just taking inventory, write it all down, write all the things. So to guide you a little bit further, here are a couple of examples. So thinking about your social media tools. Yes, your actual social media platforms themselves, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, all that kind of good stuff. But also the tools that you're using to be able to do social media. So things like Canva or Hootsuite or Later or Planoly. Those are all tools that you use for your social. Think about your communication systems, the actual email system that you're using, not your newsletter stuff, which that is also a tool, but the, Microsoft 365 or Google or whatever email platform that you're using. Again, your newsletter. If you're sending out newsletters, what tool are you using? Are there a few that are hanging out there? And other communication tools like DM systems or Slack, different ways that you're communicating with your clients and or your team. Operational tools. So these are things that you use to actually do the thing that you do. So if you run online courses, for instance, this could be your Kajabi or your Podia, the recording software that you're using, whatever it is that you are using to create the thing that you are selling or promoting. If you're a designer, this is your design software. You're InDesign, Photoshop, Illustrator, Bridge, things of that nature. If you're a photographer, this is your photo editing software, the cameras that you're using. You get the idea, the things that actually allow you to do the thing that you're selling and promoting. And also your organizational tools, project management systems, things like Monday or Airtable. Perhaps you're running things out of an Excel spreadsheet and even into your accounting software. So your QuickBooks, Quicken, things like that. Is Quicken still a thing? I haven't used that in a long time. After you have gone through all of the different tools that you're using, one, you get to first see a snapshot of what it takes for you to be able to run your business efficiently. And thank goodness for the access that we have to be able to download tools, to be able to incorporate software that makes our lives so much easier. So this is the fun part now. This is where you get to take your power back and streamline, simplify, or adjust as needed. Because again, you have probably accumulated a lot of things along the way that you're not using, aren't serving you anymore, are ready to go, but right now they're just taking up capacity. Not only like physically in storage on your devices, but energetically. When you're scrolling through your phone and trying to find the app that you need to use, and you've got to sift through all of these other things that you're not using. And every time you see them, you're going, oh, I should use that. Oh, I should learn how to do that. It's an energetic hit every single time. So now comes the evaluation process. This is where you get to decide what stays and what goes. And you might look at this and say, Laura, all of these things work and I use all these things. Then fantastic. Kudos. You don't need to make any changes. But I'm going to guess there's probably at least one way that you can take your power back and shift these. So go through your list and highlight, circle, check mark all the things that you can't possibly imagine living or working without. These are tools that you use on a regular basis. You're in them. They are part of your working system and they are literally like another employee. They're doing some heavy work and you are thankful to have them. Next, go through this same list and with a different marking system. So if you circled the ones before, maybe you cross these out. What is not working? Like what have you not touched in a long time? What are you like, you know what, I downloaded that a long ass time ago. I'm not using it anymore. The thought of trying to learn how to do this drains my energy. It's just not. These are things that I would encourage you to release. Let go of them, unsubscribe, delete them from your phone, throw them in the trash. If it's a physical thing, is it something that you can donate? Give yourself the capacity back. Instead of looking at it every time and beating yourself up for not doing something with it, just stop looking at it. Just because you downloaded it doesn't mean that you have to use it. And then what's left is probably going to be a gray area. These are things that you kind of use, but kind of don't use. You wish you had more time to invest in, could be beneficial, maybe could not. This is where you get to decide. Do I want to spend the time and energy investing in this system? Could this have potential to help me or my team? And if not, let it go. So much energy like flies out the back window when there is indecision. It takes up capacity mentally, physically, and emotionally. It's the same concept of shit or get off the pot. Use it or don't. You don't have to keep things that don't align, and you get to invest time into the things that you want to learn. Maybe this, yes, is a great tool, but there's someone that you can delegate to learn how to use this. Like, no one ever said that you have to do it all. The goal here is to clean up your computer, clean up your apps, clean up your systems, clean up your processes, and say, you know what? These things work, they stay. These things have not been touched, and I couldn't tell you how long, or it's no longer of interest, they go. And everything else is up for discussion, evaluation, and then decision. Yes, we're going to use it and put it to the best of our abilities, or no, we're not, and we're going to let it go. Getting into alignment with your tools is a very powerful way to start streamlining your life. And this is your reminder that if something more is calling you, if you need help and guidance and simplifying, clarifying, getting some direction, and building that self-motivation and the gutsy to take the next step in your life and in your business, book a call with me at LauraAura.com. On the next episode of the Gutsy Podcast, number 138, we are talking with Lisa Haggis about creating a brand that expands. Branding is also a big part of your alignment. Just saying. I would be most appreciative if you could leave a review on the app or system that you are listening or watching this episode on. Your reviews help other listeners know if this is the right show for them and the value that you are taking away from it. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram. I play the most there. I am at that LauraAura. And as always, until I see you next time, stay gutsy.